I started to truly believe that my mother wanted my life, and that goes as far down as my own son. I feel like she's very jealous of my child. She's always trying to manipulate my son whenever she talks to him or whenever he would go visit her, to wanting to stay with her instead of me. And she's been doing this. Every time I talk to my son about how do he really feel, he's like, because my grandma told me to say this type of thing, like just sneaky shit. And another thing that I feel like she is jealous of, and she just secretly wants to live vicariously through me. She's always in my relationship businesses. She knows too much about my exes, my current relationship. She's always trying to figure out what's going on, this, that, and the third. And she's always wondering if somebody's cheating on me and trying to find out. And I'm like, she's traumatized from my dad cheating on her, and she's projecting onto me how she... Because every time I went through a breakup in the past, I noticed she would get super excited, try to help me leave him, and she's so extra happy about it. And I'm like, why are you extra happy about this? Are you living vicariously through me? Do you wish you would have left my dad? You stayed with him for 30 plus years married, miserable with him. She's miserable with him. My dad makes all the money, so she doesn't work. So I feel like she doesn't feel like she has a purpose in life. She's just the housewife, literally. She has nothing going for herself, so she has to live vicariously through somebody. And why not her daughter? The daughter that she treats the worst, by the way. I just feel like I trigger her so easily. Because I'm very attractive. I have pretty privilege, and she knows this. And I feel like because of this, our relationship has just not been good. She pretends to care. I feel like she pretends to care, but at the same time, she still tries to hurt me at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like, for example, I have a little bit of a gut. I need to lose weight in my stomach area. And I notice every time my mom would come around, she would be like, oh, you need to lose a few pounds. And it's not that she is not giving me advice, because that's something that I need to hear. It's just the undertone behind what she's saying. And I don't know if that makes sense to anybody out there. It's almost like a backhanded thing that she would do. I notice people who aren't my mom do this with me, like try to humble me in a way. Because if I'm too skinny, if I don't have a gut, because a couple years ago I was super small, and then she would say something about that, like, are you stressed out? Are you doing something, some drugs or something? I can never be the perfect size for her. And I noticed she would always stay in my stories on Instagram. She's just so nosy, always extra involved in my life. Like, I know you don't have nothing going for yourself, but I do, and I don't need the extra headache. If she was being a mom, it would be fine. But she's not being a mom when she's doing this stuff. She's acting like a friend of me would act. Like, literally. And you can tell the difference. I'm very in tune with people's energies, and I can sense... Like, I could tell when somebody genuinely likes me off of their energy versus fake like me. I know a lot of us can do that. I'm very in tune. And I don't just feel this way for no reason. The gaslighting is too much. She gaslights me all the time. And then, I don't know if there's a thing called reverse colorist, but she doesn't like light-skinned women at all. And that's because my dad cheated on her with light-skinned women. She told me this before in a rant that she was when she was talking about my dad before. And so I'm lighter than her. And I noticed, even when I was younger, I remember when we was living in Japan, because I was born with jaundice, so I was born way lighter than I am now. I was born about 2 shades lighter than I am now. For right now, I'm the same complexion as Halle Bailey, right? But when I was born, I was the same color as Ice Spice. I don't know. I was born with jaundice. And my mom was like, and jaundice is a disease or something from the liver. And my mom was like, you wish you would have stayed that complexion when you were born, huh? I'm like, what? In my head, I'm like, that was my first introduction of colorism. My mom bringing it up all the time. like, I grew up multicultural. I grew up around all kinds of different races of people. So colorism wasn't even an issue until my mom would bring it up as I got older. And then I would go to monoracial, black-dominated neighborhoods like the hood and experience colorism there. But, you know, a lot of the times my mom would be bringing it up. And I felt like she really had this thing against lighter-skinned people. And I'm like, I'm lighter than her. She has a thing against light-skinned people. And I'm just putting 2 and 3 together, and I'm just trying to figure out this. Does my mom even like me I think she secretly doesn't like me, but she has to pretend like she does because a mom is not supposed to not like her daughter. But I trigger her so hard. Even my success. Like, I've achieved so much. I have 2 degrees. She's jealous about that too, because when we argued like 2 months ago when I was like, I'm going no contact with her. She mentioned the fact that I have all these degrees and blah, blah, blah. I don't know what to do with them. Because I work at a warehouse overnight right now. So I'm not using my degrees. I'm using 1 degree videography, but it's not to the level that, you know, she feels like a degree should have put me. Just to say it like that. And so she's just envious of a lot of the stuff that she's jealous of me comes out in arguments or comes out when she's angry. So I know these things for sure. I learned to read how people project onto you certain things that they're insecure about. Like, I want to believe that my mom means well when she's doing these things, but it don't feel like it. It's literally like, I could tell when somebody's being helpful when they're giving me harsh criticism versus being mean about it. She's just harsh, and her energy towards me is I'm always doing something wrong. I can never do anything right in her eyes. It's draining. She causes me so much anxiety when she's around. Even when she calls me on the phone or texts me and I see her name pop up on my phone, I get triggered. I'm like, I don't want to talk to her. And if I ignore her, she's going to feel... And that used to bother me, but I'm not letting that bother me anymore. Her feeling like I'm ignoring her calls and stuff. She would try to manipulate and try to make me feel bad for wanting to go no contact. But you're so evil and mean. And I'm using the word evil, y'all. She's an evil person at heart. You're evil and mean, and I'm not going to let you treat me like this anymore. So, yeah, I want to go no contact. You can have a relationship with your grandson as long as you're not trying to manipulate him. But that's where I'm kind of like on the fence about, like, because she keeps trying to manipulate my son. But I just feel like my mom is my frenemy. She was my first bully, so she's never had my back. Anytime I ever told her about something, she never took my side, any of that. So, but I created this space for us girls who go through mommy issues, for us to just vent and talk and heal from these mother wounds. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys have a mom like this as well? Is she always in your business? Do you feel like she secretly wants your life? Let me know in the